right, Etta Baker's Carolina Breakdown on mandolin. Never actually done this before. I just recorded a video of it on guitar, and as you know, I usually do a guitar version and a mandolin version. So if you play both instruments, or if you got a band, one guy can learn the guitar version, one can learn the mandolin version. And of course, a big part of it is also trying to get across the idea that yes, you can play blues on the mandolin. You can play any kind of music on the mandolin. It is not relegated to any one genre, no matter what anybody says. So let's take a look at this. It is a very simple tune in E, and the main melody is, and so you're just going to slide up from, let's see, what note are we even on here? That's G. G to G sharp, B, G sharp, E. And I'm playing that E chord with the E as the highest note. To E7 with the D as the highest note. And then it's A7 chord. Okay, so we got, this is an A7 with the G note on top. It's a very simple chord. See if you can see my fingers right there. Just 3 notes. That's G, and that's C sharp and E. And we just play it through. Lift up that finger and play it open. And then 4 beats on the chord. And then back to the 7. Do it again. And then I'm going to walk up to a B7. And so that's G, A sharp, B. And you can just sit here and just play that B7 like this. Or you can kind of bounce back and forth and hit that E note. Just adds a little color to it. And then walk it back down. So B, B flat, A, G, F sharp, E, and then back to the chord. That's simple. All right, that's the whole first 2 times we go through it. We can just go. Do anything you like right there. You don't even have to walk it down if you don't want to, or you can just go. Or anything you like. I like to. It's kind of a reminds me of sort of a Johnny Cash lick. It's got a little rockabilly sound to it. All right, so the second time through, we got this little slide up going here. So that's G sharp and B, so. Or, let's see. Yeah, we can land on that E chord. Alright, so let's do it again. That's an A chord, this is an E chord. So, yeah. Sounds better if you land there, and then back to 7. And now, we got a couple options here on this A7. We're going to play the first note as an A with an A on top, so you could play it like this, but then you'd have to shift down to the A7 with the G on top, like we did the first time. I think it's easier just to drop your pinky and go. So A, G, E. so let's see. Do it again. Pretty simple. I mean, harder to explain, harder to walk you through than it is to play. So that's yeah, simple. I'm sure you could do other things with it, but that's pretty close. I mean, that's note for note. Her instrumental and guitar transferred over to the mandolin, and so have fun with it. If you come up with some interesting variations, a little improvisation, whatever, hey, send me an email. Got any questions? Send me an email. It's only a 3-chord song. I guess that's why the little Johnny Cash lick sounds right in there, because all basically all rockabilly songs are 3 chords, just about. I mean, there's some stuff like Bill Haley and the Comets did that was a little different. Some stuff that Roy Orbison did that was a little different. A lot of blues songs, especially in the key of E, are just 3 chords. And I think it's also important to remember, as a mandolin player, you can play in the key of E. And in folk and bluegrass and Celtic circles, we play in G and we play in D, and then sometimes in C, and that's about it. Maybe an instrumental minor tune in A minor. But a lot of mandolin players kind of freak out when the guitar player wants to play something in the key of E, because we're just not used to it. It's just that's your simple major scale. Let's see. I was trying to remember the blues scale on it, but there it is. Very simple pentatonic blues scale. The chords are easy. I mean, you got your E minor. I mean, your E major here. You got an A7 here or here. You can do a B7 here or here, wherever you want. So I mean, there's no reason to freak out when somebody starts playing at E. But I've seen many mandolin players just stop playing because just not used to jamming an E. So it's really easy, and this is a good tune to get started on. So yeah, y'all feel free to get in touch, and I hope you enjoyed it.